So we had the first season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters come to a close. So what did I think about it? Now I was really excited for this new series I was going to be coming out upon hearing about the news of it. Because I'm a Godzilla fan and I do enjoy the legendary MonsterVerse movies that have been going on. So to be able to get a series set in that same universe, I was definitely interested and curious what they were going to do. And basically, the way this series plays out is that it travels back and forth from past to present, or the present in the series, which is 2015 for them. This is just after the events of the first Godzilla movie. The way the storyline is in the past is that we have a group of characters who are going around just looking for these titans to see if they actually exist, and basically it's seeing the early years and basically the setup of the whole Monarch division. And in the present timeline, we have a character, two characters really, that are looking for their dad who's missing. And they list the help of Kurt Russell's character, which is the older character of White Russell, and basically travel around the world trying to find their dad. And they encounter some times along the way. So basically, throughout the whole series, is jumping back and forth from past to present. I'll probably say that Kurt Russell's character is probably the most interesting and most charismatic character out of the bunch. But I think this series actually does something that the Godzilla movies, the MonsterVerse movies, don't really do, and that's actually give a human side character story that you can actually kind of get interested by, kind of get invested in a little bit. And maybe it's because we're able to actually spend time with these characters. They're able to flesh things out because it's a series. Maybe that's why. But honestly, this is more one of the more interesting storylines when it comes to the human side, and that we've gotten in, like, the most recent MonsterVerse movies. Now I will say that it may be dragged in a couple of spots here and there, but overall I think it was done pretty well. I think they could have gone without some stuff, especially when it came to like the younger group of characters. I think they could have cut a little bit things out here and there and maybe tighten up a little bit on the story. But I will say overall, it's definitely a better human side story than we have recently gotten in some of the other MonsterVerse movies. But I like what this series was able to do for the most part, to where we're getting some early stages and seeing how Monarch was basically set up, and it's able to fill in some gaps and holes here and there throughout the MonsterVerse and be able to tell its own story. But besides Monarch, we also get some early stages of a company that was mentioned in the Godzilla movies also. When it comes to the Titans themselves, you do see a couple Titans here and there. Godzilla does show up a few times throughout the episodes. We get a couple kaiju battles. And honestly, the visuals on them look so good. Like, the visuals in this series look really good. But one thing that they do is an interesting concept that they bring into the series, where the whole Titans are from another portal or dimension in some sorts. And it introduces a concept. I'm not really going to say so I don't give spoilers away, but it introduces a interesting concept that if they were to bring into the movies, it'd be interesting how they would be able to tie that in. But overall, I really did like this series. Honestly, I'm interested in seeing if they do get a second season. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Couple spots here and there they could tighten up or cut out a little bit. But other than that, I think it's overall a pretty good series.